everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is BB, and if this is your first time here, welcome. And if you're back for another video, then welcome back. So today, we are going to be talking about money and nursing. Two things that very much so interest me on top of fashion, but we're gonna leave that out of the conversation for today. We are going to be talking about how you can make over $100,000 a year as a travel nurse. Now, if you have clicked on this video, then you have probably heard that this has been the year of the travel nurse. This has been the year of nurses, period. We have nurses out here that are making 10K a week, that have been making 10K a week this whole year, basically, for the most part. And as they should, as they deserve. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make over $100,000 a year as a travel nurse. These are things that you can do, little side hustles, and just ideas that I'm gonna give you that will help you reach that goal of making over $100,000 and more as a travel nurse. This is what I have done for the past couple of years, and I have hit my 100K mark every single year. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So let's take the fact that people are getting crazy amount of money right now because of what is going on in the world. I can't say that word because if I say that word, then YouTube like flags this video, but y'all know what's going on. Because I want to make this video for after this is all said and done, I'm going to tell you what you can do to make it now, okay? Work with more than one agency. That is the #1 tip that I can give you. I understand that you may love your recruiter, that you may love your company, you may love the hospital, but at the end of the day, if your goal is to get this money, to make your coins, then you're gonna have to work with more than one agency. Now, it may not be because the agency is bad, it may not be because you're not happy, but sometimes an agency just cannot give you that rate. Like, they physically cannot, on paper, give you a higher rate for the hospital that you're working at versus another company. And that is because, and I have mentioned it in some of my previous videos, certain hospitals have different companies, staffing companies, that they give preferred rates to, that they pay the most to, and that's just what it is. That company has a direct rate with the hospital, and if your company is not that hospital, then they may not be able to give you a higher rate or give you the maximum rate allowed. So an easy way to fix this is find out what company has the direct rate with that hospital and go with that company for that contract. And when you're done with that contract, go with another one. That is one way that you can maximize your profits and get to that 100K mark. Next thing you can do, research what regions pay more at certain times of the year. Follow the money. So believe it or not, certain parts of the United States will pay you more at certain times of the year. Florida, you get the most money during the summer. You get the least amount of money during the winter. Why? Because everyone and their mom wants to go to Florida in the winter time. So they can lower their rates because more people want to go there. During the summer, everywhere else is warm, so nobody sees the bonus, the plus side of going to Florida. Now, rural areas, believe it or not, if you are somebody who is traveling for experiences and you have certain cities in mind, this may not be an attractive, option for you, but you can actually go to very rural areas that are in the middle of nowhere or somewhere you may not have heard of, and that will pay you the most amount of money, and that is because it's least desirable. Not a lot of people want to go there, so they're offering you more money for you to go there. So that is another option to keep in mind. Just ask your recruiter, yo, where are they paying right now? Like, where? And I will go there. And that is another way that you can make a lot of money. Negotiate your overtime rate, negotiate your bonuses. As a traveler, your hourly rate is going to be very low. If this is your first travel assignment or you're watching this video and you haven't done a travel assignment, newsflash. As a traveler, you are going to be paid between $20 to $30 an hour. Taxable. I'm not talking about your stipends. The stipends are what makes you make your take home a lot more and how you end up with a lot of more money during the week. But your hourly taxable income is going to always be low. Now, when you pick up overtime, your OT rate is actually going to be pretty low. For example, when I took on my first travel assignment, I was getting paid taxable $20 an hour. So when I picked up overtime, I was only making $30 an hour. Mind you, back home in Florida, I was making almost 40 plain base pay hourly. So it really didn't entice me to pick up overtime shift. Now, believe it or not, most companies you have to ask, or it can be part of your contract. When you pick up an overtime shift, they will actually give you a bonus. They break it down in multiple different ways. I've seen it where they say if you pick up 10 extra shifts during your entire contract, you will get X amount of money. Sometimes it will say for every shift you pick up, you get X amount of money. I worked with one company where instead of paying me my hour and a half rate, I got paid double, or I got paid triple, or I just got paid a set rate of say $75 an hour for anything over 40. So research the company, find ones that will pay you more for overtime rate so you can stack up your money and also give you an incentive to pick up extra shifts. Be flexible with your needs. Be flexible with your needs. As travelers, as people in general, we tend to like to stay within our comfort zone, our happy circle, our happy bubble. If you are going to be trying to maximize on your take-home pay, how much money you're making as a traveler, you need to step outside your comfort zone. That may be working on a unit that is just horrible, like just not the best environment. Safe, but not pleasant. It may be you have to work night shift. It may be that you are going to some random city that you never heard of that doesn't have bars and stuff to do. That you're literally home work for 13 weeks, but it'll be worth it. So be flexible with your needs. Get multiple licenses. This is one way that you can definitely maximize and get the most money for your buck. If, like I said, it's the first time you're watching this video, you may not know the process of getting another license to get an RN license to another state. Luckily for us, a lot of states nowadays are compact, meaning that you can just walk into that state and just start working, and there's no getting a whole nother license. California is not one of those places. So one of the ways that you can prepare yourself to making 100K or putting yourself in the forefront if the situation happens where that state is able to offer more money is for you to get a license in that state. Believe it or not, the process of getting a license in another state as an RN is so simple. I compare the process to basically getting your driver's license in another state. And a lot of people may not know this. They may think, I've heard that people have thought you have to take a whole nother NCLEX. No friend, no friend. You go on the Board of Nursing website for that state and they will outline what you need to do. And 9 times out of 10, it is literally just you putting in the information for the current registered nurse license that you have and paying a fee. Pretty simple. Get those licenses, keep them on the back burner. That way, if your recruiter calls you and says, hey, Chicago has a strike and they need nurses, you can be like, got my Illinois license right here, I'm ready to go. So that is another thing that you can do. Research those high paying states and have those licenses ready to go. Ask for sign-on bonuses, ask for completion bonuses, ask for retention bonuses, aka extension bonuses. This is another way that you can rack up your coins. I always say include this in your contract. If it's not already there, sign-on bonus. This is the money that you are going to be asking upfront for your company to give you just to sign up and work for them for a contract. Completion. Completion means I finished my 13 weeks that was in my contract. Thank you, give me my money. And retention. Retention is the money that you're gonna ask for when you tell your company that I wanna renew my contract. So since you are saving a lot of money by not hiring a whole nother nurse and paying for her drug screens and her background tests and all this other stuff, I think you can give me that money instead. So those are the 3 ways that you can get some extra money: sign-on bonuses, completion bonuses, and retention bonuses. Ask for reimbursement. Closed mouths don't get fed. Whatever it is that is an added expense that you did not expect, that your hospital may not have told you, make sure you get reimbursed for that. Whereas scrubs, submit those receipts, get your scrub reimbursements, gas, mileage. A lot of these companies will actually pay you if you have to drive from one city to the next, fly from one city, one state, or whatever it may be. They will reimburse you for that stuff. Another thing that you're going to want to do is join a Facebook group. I cannot stress this one enough. Join Facebook groups. They will hook you up and tell you where the higher paying rates are. They will post up job listings. There's recruiters in there that will post up job listings. Guys, you need to join these Facebook groups so you can stay on the up and up. When is the next strike? When is the next highest paying place? Recruiters that are saying, hey, we have 10 slots left over for this assignment in this city that you probably never heard of, and they're paying crazy amounts of money. And you will be the first to know when these job positions open up. So join those Facebook groups. Housing stipend versus company housing. That is another thing that you probably didn't consider. The amount of money that you would take home if you just went with the housing stipend. Sometimes it is easier, and I have a whole nother video on this, to just take the company housing, but you could be losing a heck of a lot of money by taking the company housing. Do the extra work, find your own place. You could find a roommate at the hospital that you're working at and just pay them for a room for the duration of your contract. Airbnbs, VRBO, sublet, those Facebook groups, they never let you down. Facebook group, post I need a roommate for a city that I'm going to for this amount of time, and you will find somebody. Small towns pay more. This is a secret that a lot of people may not know. Small towns will actually sometimes pay you more than bigger cities. Why? Because there is a greater need. Ain't nobody trying to go to the middle of They want to be in LA. They want to be in New York City. They want to be in Miami. They want to be in Atlanta. Like I am. I'm in Atlanta. They don't want to go to the middle of nowhere. So therefore, those places will sometimes pay you crazy amounts of money because they want to recruit nurses, and they need to give them some kind of incentive to go to the middle of, I don't know, Alaska. I don't know. So that is another thing that you can do. Another thing that you can do that you probably may not have thought of, and I had mentioned it in a previous video, if you cannot negotiate your OT rate, one of the things that you can do is join a float pool at a neighboring hospital. If you're somebody who is going to be traveling to a bigger city, like say here in Atlanta, and your OT rate is pretty low, so to the point where it's not even worth it for you to pick up an extra shift and taxes and all that jazz, pick up a PRN gig at a local hospital, a clinic, a nursing home. A nursing home sometimes will pay you a ton of money because a lot of RNs don't want to go to nursing homes. They rather be in the hospital. By picking up a PRN gig, you're jumping ahead of the game and you are making PRN money, and you can add that to your check. And it also helps you at the end of the year too with taxes, because that money is getting taxed and it kind of offsets all the money that you're not getting taxed as a traveler. So that is definitely another option for you. Personally, this is what I have done. I just kept that for the end. What I have done in order for myself to make $100,000 a year, and if you do the math, $100,000 a year after taxes, let me use my handy dandy calculator. 100,000 divided by 52 weeks is 1923. So after taxes, 1923. So what I have done is I have never taken a contract. My first contract was pretty low, $1,400 a week. I've never taken a contract that is less than $1,700 a week. To offset that extra $300, I either will always pick up a fourth shift, or like I said, I always have had a PRN job. A PRN job for me has always been a better way to go, because I found that my take home is a lot more with my PRN shift because less money is getting taxed. You know how when you pick up an overtime shift at your job, all of a sudden you're in a different tax bracket and you're just like, how the heck did I pick up an extra shift and I made like $30 extra? It's kind of like the same thing. By me picking up a whole nother job, Lola, why are you crying? By picking up another job, I bypass all of that. I'm not in a different tax bracket and my take home is a lot more. So honestly, I always end up making a lot more. Also, this is something else that you can do. If you have a tax home back home, rent it out. That is extra income for you. If you have a roommate, that's extra ways to save money. But that's what I have always done. I've always had an extra job on top of my full-time travel assignment, and I always get my extra money with my bonuses. So yes, that is pretty much it. This is how you can make over $100,000 a year. Obviously, with everything that's going on in the world, travel nurses are making probably double that. Double, yeah. Probably closer to $200,000 this year. So yeah, that is pretty much it. That is the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got some good takeaways from it. And I hope this helps you maximize on your take home, get some money, pay down those student loans, buy yourself a nice purse, pay off your house, whatever the case may be. I love, 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 love you guys lots. And I will see you at my next video. Bye, bye, bye. Oh, okay. So if you finished my video and you got to the end, I want you to comment down below black jacket. Black jacket. This is actually a nurse's jacket, by the way. And it's so jazzy. It has like gold buttons and whatnot. So yeah, comment down below black jacket. And that just lets me know that you guys finished my video. Love you lots. Do not forget to follow me on Instagram. If you have any questions, shoot me a DM. And I look forward to seeing you guys at my next video. Bye.